Pipe Network presents.
This is Mike and Ham from Please Pause. Meron kaming munting podcast where we talk about all things TV and film. And despite that, surprisingly, we are still married.
Control freak ka kasi sa podcast na to.
30 seconds lang po ang meron tayo. Pakibilisan.
From blockbusters to classics, superheroes to love teams, hit series to teleseries, join us as we have meaningful and meaningless conversations on the stuff we watched. Someday, mababago ka rin ang tagline na yan.
Check out Please Pause on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and other major podcast platforms.
See you there!
Welcome to your Unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. This is the MTG Show Podcast. You are listening to your Unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast, and this is the MTG Show Podcast, a wrestling podcast. So, for this week's podcast, I don't think we deserve a better day today. Sa araw na nag-record tayo ng episode na to kasi medyo hindi kagandahan yung balita na sumalubong sa inyong lingkod. Kasi our 15th President of the Philippines, Mr. Benigno Aquino III, passed away on his sleep yesterday. Kasi Friday ko kasi nilalabas to. So I'm going to say yesterday. And kinonfirm siya yesterday then ng kanilang mga kapatid na babae. And right now, I want to give some seconds and second or minute ganun, to mourn on his passing, and magbabalik tayo after a short break. And after na short break na yun, babalik tayo sa regular programming. Thank you.
Gusto niya bang malaman kung paano kami nakikipag-collab sa mga brands in the MT Show Podcast? We use Podmetrics, the easiest way to monetize your podcast. If meron kang podcast, sign up now at podmetrics.co and use my code DMTGShowPod to get full control on how you monetize your show regarding of its size. Again, sign up now at podmetrics.co and use my code DMTGShowPod. If you're an advertiser who wants to collab with us, head on over to advertiser.podmetrics.co and fill up the form. Again, Podmetrics, the easiest way to monetize your podcast.
Hey, we're back after that short break. And siguro ngayon, pwede na tayo kahit paano mag-ingay. What I mean na mag-ingay is not really. Kasi I'm not good. Hindi ako well ngayon to celebrate. Kasi important day to. Hindi naman important day, I mean, malungkot na araw to para lang sa buong bansa. Hindi to para lang sa akin, hindi lang para sa Dilaw, kundi sa buong Pilipinas, because he is the president after all, former president. And hindi natin gagalawin tong I swear. Pag sinalaw ko to, not going to release this episode. Dahil joke lang. On this week's podcast nga pala, we're going to give my review on the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view 2021. Of course, napanood ko naman yan kahit labag sa loob ko. Grabe naman yung labag sa loob. Pero ito, sige. Ang gagawin natin on this week's podcast is bibigyan natin ng rating lahat ng Hell in a Cell matches plus yung Hell in a Cell itself pay-per-view and yung nangyaring fallout plus yung Diamond Mine sa NXT and marami pang iba. Marami tayong gustong pag-usapan and of course isa doon yung mga nangyari sa SmackDown, of course, SmackDown sa Raw, Dynamite, hindi ako masyado interesado sa Dynamite. Hindi, ito, linawin natin ha. Yung nangyaring NXT, Dynamite, yung nangyaring Dynamite na yon is, ito yung I think nag-headline dito, yung ano ba tawag dito? Proper term natin dito. MMA fight between Wardlow and Jake Hager. And ang pangit na naman ng timing because tumapat na naman siya sa Saturday kasi mostly patay na yung oras sa ganitong oras sa US. Gabi kasi. SmackDown is understandable kasi 8 p.m. Eastern Time yung SmackDown. Yung Dynamite is 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Tulog na ang tao doon mostly. And we're going to talk about everything what happened on Hell in a Cell, yung kay Roman, yung kay Rey Mysterio, yung nangyari pa sa Raw na Hell in a Cell, yung mga qualifying matches for Money in the Bank, plus our Money Fridays and yung ratings ko, baka malimutan ko na naman. Ayoko nang kalimutan yun this time. So, let's start the proceedings. Umpisa tayo doon sa nangyari sa SmackDown kay Roman Reigns and Rey Mysterio for the Universal Championship. Ang reason kung bakit nalipat sa Friday itong match is because gusto ni Roman mag-take ng break ng Sunday and inalaw siya ni Vince to do that thing. So, inalaw siya ni Vince na mag-take ng break ng Sunday. So para napagbigyan siya because of the Father's Day. Ito nga, so yung nangyari nga is a Hell in a Cell match, first time sa TV. And meron lang akong dalawang problema. Of course, commercials. Normal yun. Kasi TV eh. Pero, ang isa pang problema na na-encounter natin on this match is parang ikli. Naiklian ako. I know there's a storytelling. Merong storytelling doon. Pero at the same time, parang kinain talaga ng TV time itong Hell in a Cell na match na to. I'm not saying it's bad, ano. Pero parang nakukulangan ako sa kung ano ang nangyari dito sa Hell in a Cell match na to ni Rey at saka ni Roman Reigns. I'm not saying it's bad though. And then wala pa tayong matinong follow-up on that note. Pero sige, let's move on to the pay-per-view itself. Kasi yung pay-per-view na to is not that long. Tumagal lang siya ng halos 2 hours and 40 minutes. Hindi siya tumagal ng 3 hours, ano? So, mag-umpisa tayo sa Bianca Belair versus Bayley for the championship. SmackDown Women's Championship inside Hell in a Cell. Ito yung pumalit kasi hinamon ni Belair si Bayley ng isang Hell in a Cell match. In-accept ni Bayley. Yan. That's it. Bago ko nga pala ibigay yung review ko dito, I want to give my thoughts on Hell in a Cell nowadays. Kasi, ewan ko kung naobserbahan nyo ha. Pero, Hell in a Cell nowadays is not that big anymore. Same as Elimination Chamber, kung ano yung ginawa nila sa EC last year, kung ano yung ginawa nila sa, ano pa bang pay-per-view to? TLC last year is okay. But, every time na bumabago yung taon, nawawala yung prestige ng bawat matches na to. So it includes the EC, yung Extreme Rules, ito nga ang Hell in a Cell na nalipat nga ng June, and then nawala rin yung prestige. Halos lahat naman Hell in a Cell, TLC, halos lahat nawawala yung prestige ng pay-per-views. Pero sige, for the sake of the review, bibigyan pa rin natin ng review, of course. Bianca Belair versus Bayley is not that big match. Hindi siya yung sobrang laki na match. Pero ito yung nagbigay sa akin ng bawi doon sa nangyari kay Roman and kay Mysterio. The match is not bad. Although may mga slips pa rin as usual from the side of Belair. Pero mapapatawad mo pa yun kasi hindi lang naman ito yung 28 na Hell in a Cell na babae. Pang-apat lang to. Kaya I think medyo may tawad pa tayo dito. Pero sabi ko nga may tawad pa din. Pero it doesn't mean na ganito na lang dapat lagi yung Hell in a Cell matches nila. Hindi. Kasi malaking tawad yun pag ganun. Malaking walang patawad, I mean. Hindi ko siya kayang patawarin pag ganun. Pero given na, maganda pa din yung match na yon. So, Belair won the match. But, I think may story pa dito. May mangyayari pa. Yun lang ang napapansin ko. So, next is Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. In a singles match, ito dapat yung ginawa nilang Hell in a Cell in my perspective. Pero sige, given na, nangyari na Ito yung isa sa mga hindi ko nagustuhan na match. Not in terms of the ending. Nagustuhan ko to kasi may sense na nanalo si Rollins. Fine. Pero the match itself is medyo slow. Naobserbahan ko yan. And magumanda lang yung isang part dito nung patapos na si Cesaro. And na-take na lang ni Rollins yung advantage. But sige, fine. Pagbigyan pa rin natin. Tawad pa din yun. Kasi Rollins won the match and I wish Cesaro will win the Money in the Bank next month. Sige, tawad yun. As long as mananalo si Cesaro dito, tawad pa rin. And then, we got Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler in a singles match. Ano pa ba ang makakasahan ko? Tong gimmick ni Alexa is pa-weirdo ng pa-weirdo. Pasagawa rin ng pasagawa. But props to Shayna Baszler na kaya pa rin dalhin yung balls niya on that match. That's what I loved on this one. Although, yung pag-ano ni Nia Jax doon sa padulo ng match, medyo napapaisip pa ako ng konti. Doon sa part na hinipnotize ni Alexa si Nia Jax and then she slapped Reginald during the match-up. Medyo nag-iisip pa ako ng teorya about that thing. Pero nag-iisip din ako kung paano nila ma-execute yung comeback ni Bray if ever na he wants to come back without interfering this current story. Kasi may feeling ako na may story dito na pwede mangyari within next month sa SummerSlam. Sige, given na yun. Pero ito yung isa sa mga pinakaayaw kong match sa pay-per-view. May perspective lang. And then, we got the Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn number 99999999999. Pucha. Hindi ko mabilang kung ilang beses na naglaban tong dalawa sa pay-per-view. Hindi ko na rin ma-imagine kung ilang beses sila naglaban sa TV, but fine. Given na ito yung number 9999999 match number, ito yung isa sa mga match of the night ko. Para sa akin ito yung isa sa mga pinaka-nagustuhan kong match sa pay-per-view. Given na yung match na to is medyo random na, and given na din na medyo marami na rin nagsasawa sa feud. Given na yon. Pero para sa akin, ito yung isa sa mga nag-stole ng show doon sa pay-per-view. And I think mas maganda pa to doon sa dalawang Hell in a Cell match. Yun lang ang sa akin. Ayoko mag-spoil ng mga nangyari. But well, let's move on. So we got Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's Championship. And we got Zero Fox in this. One major reason that's why I don't give a fuck about this match. Number one, Charlotte is the challenger. Kasi sawa na rin ako kay Charlotte. Number two, let's say Rhea is medyo baba pa siya sa akin. Kasi her run as the champion right now is medyo pa. Hindi pa siya yung understandable, hindi pa siya yung medyo maayos para sa akin. Pero understandable. Makikita pa natin yung iba kay Rhea pag medyo maayos na yung part nila ni Charlotte. But for them, medyo pa rin sa akin. May pa din. And the match itself on the Hell in a Cell is medyo medyo maganda, understandable, but medyo nagulantang ako sa ending kasi medyo nagle-left and right yung utak ko. Kasi ito sabi, the match is good but the ending make me shook or make me confused. And at the same time, this ending makes me suck my own shit. And ayan ang pieces sa mga nakakadismaya na part doon. Yung DQ call kay Rhea Ripley. And that's why she got the rematch for Money in the Bank. Yeah, yun lang naman. Mababaw lang yung... Pero given pa din na hindi dapat talaga manalo si Charlotte dito sa feud ever since. And dapat patunayan dito ni Rhea na kaya niyang talunin si Charlotte even though na hindi niya kayang magpa-DQ. Pero feeling ko i-build up pa nila tong match na to as disqualification match para mawala yung nangyari kay Rhea doon sa Hell in a Cell. And then move on tayo doon kay Drew versus Lashley inside Hell in a Cell. Ito yung isa sa mga favorite ko. Physical match, check. No interference, X. Ang bilis no? Tapos roll-up ending, check. Lashley won, check. Nakakatawa lang kasi maraming nagrereklamong fans kasi medyo roll up daw yung ending, medyo ish daw yung ending, medyo shit-ish yung ending noong match sa Hell in a Cell. At ako, sabihin ko sa inyo, the match itself, bell to bell, is pretty good. The ending, sabi nga, is ito yung lagi nagdadala ng match. The ending always stole the show. Kung paano ang ending, for example, bullshit na nga yung start, maganda yung ending. Paano yun? So, wag nyo yung sasabihin na ending lang lagi yung dapat abangan at yung nagdadala. Kasi paano pag pangit yung ending tapos maganda yung simula? Or yung pag maganda ang simula, pangit ang ending. Or pag maganda ang ending, pangit ang simula. Bullshit pa din yun. Pero let's face it, man. Nagulo ko lang talaga yung pagsasabi ko dito. But let's face it, the match is pretty good. Maganda yung laban. Ako na ang unang magsasabi dito na ito yung isa sa mga pinaka nagustuhan ko this year. But must be, what I mean. Ito talaga dapat yung nilagay sa TV. Hindi yung kay Roman. Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio is on a different level. If ever na nilagay nila ito sa pay-per-view. Pero hindi nilagay nila sa TV. At dahil nga doon, may nainggit. So, speaking of inggit, mag-move on na tayo sa huling match sa Hell in a Cell. Speaking of Hell in a Cell, Bobby Lashley versus Xavier Woods inside Hell in a Cell. Bawi lang nila to kasi may Hell in a Cell si Fox. So may Hell in a Cell si USA. And ang masasabi ko lang sobrang one-sided. Sabihin ko sa inyo, sobrang one-sided. Kahit grade 1, kayang i-predict na si Lashley mananalo, which is obvious. Pero given pa din, props to Woods, props din kay Kofi in advance. Kasi siya yung susunod na mga kalaban ni Kofi, ay ni Woods tuloy, ni Bobby Lashley sa kanyang championship at Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Pero sige, I'm not going to say RIP kasi iba yung RIP. Rest in peace. Rest in pieces. Ganun, pwede na yun. Pero sige, ito. Hulaan na rin natin sino pa yung pwedeng kumumpleto sa Money in the Bank match sa July. Kasi nagkaroon na ng qualifying matches sa Raw. Nakapasok na dito si Riddle, nakapasok na din si John Morrison, si Ricochet, si Alexa Bliss, si Nikki Cross na bago na ang gimmick, and then si Asuka at si Naomi. On their respective Money in the Bank matches to. Hindi ito magkasama. And then SmackDown, wala pang announcement kung sino-sino yung magiging part nito. Pero magkakaroon din ng last chance match for the men's side of things. So Orton, McIntyre, and di ko natanda ko sino yung isa. Basta, Styles. Orton, McIntyre, and Styles in a last chance match. And the winner will be the fourth member and the final member for Raw. Men's side of things. Sa women's, wala pa ako nakikita. And then, let's move on sa, ano pa ba? Gusto kong i-speak itong rant ko about Nikki Cross gimmick. Kasi may nag-rant about the Cross gimmick. Although I hear it on the first time na nakita ko yung gimmick, I must say na props pa din kay Nikki. Kasi na-pull niya yung gimmick na gusto niya. And maganda sana to kung may crowd eh. For sure, magiging over yun sa crowd. Like what I said kay Derv sa isang conversation. Yung gimmick na to, for sure, magiging over to sa crowd. Pag dumating na yung time na may crowd na. Pero ngayon na walang crowd, pagtatawanan lang yan. Sigurado yan. Pusta ako 20. Next week, pag nagbalik yung gimmick na yan, patay yan. Pagtatawanan lalo, mas malala yun. And syempre, controversy or bullshit equals money. Maniwala kayo hindi, totoo yan. And then, let's move on to NXT. We got the Diamond Mine, which is led by Roderick Strong and other men na, wait, basahin natin yung details kasi I don't know who exactly, sino-sino yung naging part nitong stable na to. Ano? So, Diamond Mine, maraming teaser to no nakaraang linggo, buwan, na kung saan ang hula ng tao dito is yung bagong signee na Bordeaux din yung apelyado. Parker Bordeaux ba yun? Sige. Or si Tessa Blanchard. Guys, malabo si Tessa. Number 1, hindi siya nakasign sa E. Number 2, may issue pa siya. Kaya I don't think na isa-sign nila yon. And then, so, ito na nga yung members ng Diamond Mine. So, Diamond Mine is a stable in WWE na ang laman nito ay apat. Tatlo lang. Tapos, isa yung nagmamanage. Wait lang, nantay ko pa yung source. Sige. So, Roderick Strong is the leader. For sure. Siya yung leader na umalis nga ng NXT few weeks back after the ano ba pay-per-view to? Yung Stand and Deliver. Umalis siya ng NXT, nag-quit siya nun. And then, nag-repackage siya as the Diamond Mine leader. And he got the leadership inspired by Undisputed Era, which is of course obvious naman. Pero sige, let's give them a chance muna. Kung ano yung magiging fate nito. I don't know. Pero sure ko si Strong, magiging part to ng, tao ba dito? Magkakalaban niya dito si Kushida. And then we got Tyler Rust and Hideki Suzuki and si Vance as yung manager. Plus, nagkaroon nga ng match between Kyle O'Reilly and NXT Cruiserweight Champion Kushida in a non-title. And umatake nga si Adam Cole and then Dejabu na. Sobrang ganda. Sobrang ganda ng debut na yan. And then on Impact, para mabilis tayo. Sa Impact kasi, na-fire si Don Callis after na nangyari sa Against All Odds. And then, nabalik na si Sami Callihan. So, the match is now official for Slammiversary on July 18 sa pay-per-view. And then, ayun na, nagkaroon na ng match. Wala pang build up for now. Pero siguro in the next few days, magkaka-build up yan for sure. Kasi Thursdays ang Impact, Friday sa atin. Obvious naman hindi natin na-feed. Pero, ano pa din, maganda pa din ang Impact ngayon kaysa sa main roster. Trust me. Na sinabi ko yon, totoo yan. And then, yun na. So, let's give oras na para ibigay ko na yung scores for Hell in a Cell kasi medyo mahaba na yung show. So, sige, Hell in a Cell and then we're going to move on doon sa Money Fridays natin. So, Hell in a Cell, Roman versus Mysterio is 3 out of 5. The Bianca Belair versus Bayley is 4. The Cesaro Rollins is 3. Alexa and Shayna, di ko na nirate. And then Owens versus Sami Zayn is 4. And then Rhea Ripley, Charlotte, I think 3. 3. And then Drew versus Lashley is 4. And then Lashley versus Woods, negative 1 million over 5. Sorry about that, guys. Sobrang dismaya talaga ako doon. Parang para silang bata na inagawa ng candy doon sa match na yan. So for this week's Money Fridays, since may Money Fridays nga pala tayo. Ngayon, first time natin mag Money Fridays. So pag-usapan natin real quick yung first Money in the Bank match. Wait, I'm going to check my own source dito kasi hindi ko na masyadong memoryado kung ano yung nangyari sa Money in the Bank na to. So ito yung nanalo si Edge doon sa match. And then, nag-cash in siya January kay John Cena. Yun ang nangyari doon sa match basically. He won the match, Money in the Bank, and then he cashed in on Cena. And then kinabukasan, ito yung naging start ito yung nagkaroon nga ng live sex celebration. So, sa kayfabe nito, si Jericho yung nag-invento. Na exclusive din yung briefcase sa Raw. So, Raw lang ang may briefcase na yon. And then, itong match na to is, ang naglaban dito is Chris Benoit, si Jericho, si Christian, si Kane, si Shelton Benjamin, at si Edge. Si Edge, Kane, si Christian, si Jericho, si Benoit. And ang reward lang nito is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And technically, yung big gold belt ay napunta sa SmackDown. And then the WWE Championship is napunta sa Raw. So technically then, na-allow na rin si Edge na mag-challenge doon sa briefcase for the WWE Championship. So, bale, naging, nag-roles reversed. Yun nangyari dito. And then, na-defend yung briefcase versus Matt Hardy. And then, he cashed in on Cena on New Year's Revolution on January 2006. para lang sa akin, itong match na to is one of the most memorable matches ever because number 1 is, ito yung first. Number 2, dito rin nag-umpisa yung peak ni Edge aside dun sa pagiging ladder guy na dito nag-umpisa yung singles peak niya as a superstar. And dito rin nag-umpisa yung long time rivalry nila ni John Cena, which is pretty good thing para sa akin. So, kung i-rate ko tong match, kasi napanood ko ng konti ito kagabi, siguro, I think it's a 4 or 3 out of 5. Okay lang. Pero, it's not a bad match. Pero, ito, sige. Thank you pa din. Pero, next week nga pala, i-announce ko na lang siya sa platforms kung ano yung susunod natin na year. Bale, ito 2005 ang lumabas sa Facebook poll natin. Titignan natin sa Discord. May poll din tayo doon. Kung ano pa yung papalabas natin sa Money Fridays. Simple lang ito Money Fridays. I'm going to verdict the Money in the Bank match na pinili nyo, syempre. And yun. Yun lang sa akin. So, that's pretty much it for this week's podcast. Follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch at the MTG Show Pod. Also, catch the episodes every Friday, of course, on your favorite podcast platforms and on the podcast app, which is available on your Android phones. And then, I want to say thank you for all of the listeners of the podcast since day 1. And now we are on the year 2 of this podcast, and I hope na we can do a live podcast ulit sa SummerSlam weekend. And yun lamang po. Siyempre, Pipe Network, visit pipenetwork.co for more Pipe Network shows, and visit Pipe Network's social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Pipe Network. So, on my personal social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at AG Penera. And yun, that's it for this week's podcast. Thank you. Stay safe, stay registered to vote. And laban po tayo. Laban. Thank you. See you on the next pod. Laban.
Mainit na diskusyonan,
Masarap na kwentuhan,
malinamnam na usapan,
at nakakagising na balitaktakan.
parang kape lang. My name is Jeff.
And I'm Weya Angeline
Join us in our conversations at Coffee na Lang Dear Podcast.